what's in here. And I am so to be a part of our Journey Students online experience. And to get in on this excitement, here's what we want you to do. We want you to jump into the chat and put the hashtag free pizza, and you're going to be entered to win a free pizza courtesy of Transit and Inside Out immediately following the stream. We'll announce who the lucky winner is at the end. And here's another cool thing that you can do. Take a picture with whoever you're watching with and wherever you're watching from and post it on Instagram. Tag the Transit and Inside Out page so that we can see how you guys are watching this stream. Today, we're going to be together for some laughs, we're going to have some fun, and we're going to learn some really great stuff. But I think the thing that I'm most excited about is that after this stream, we're going to have the opportunity to get with our small group leaders and do digital small groups. Now, this is so exciting, so text your small group leaders, text your friends, because you want to make sure that you guys are able to do that. And hey, that's pretty much all I've got for you. Are you guys ready to get started?
What is going on, guys? My name is Kaiser, and I am the middle school director here at Journey, and we are so excited you joined us here today. Well, not really here, because you're over there on your phone, your computer, and we're over here, but we're so thankful that we can join together virtually to spend time to... Oh, thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
I'm here with Jason, by the way, guys.
What's up, guys? I am the resident strongman here at Journey. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so resident strongman, what does that mean, resident strongman?
Basically, you know how when you walk into your backyard and you're like, I could lift that, or I could pick up that rock or that log? Like, I do that for fun. So rocks, logs, kids, family members, furniture. Yeah.
So essentially, you just pick things up and put them down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
and I have a competition. I wanted to see how a regular man and a strong man compare.
Just call me a regular man?
I love you. I called you a man. Okay, so I brought a deck of cards, and we've got some index cards, okay? So I'm going to tear this deck of cards in half.
Okay.
And then we're going to see how easily you can tear the index cards in half. Sound good?
Yes.
All right.
I
so
got this.
You're going to grab it like this.
Yeah.
You're going to kind of twist and pull. Hold on.
Are you for real ripping those? He's for real.
I'm not going to lie to the people, you know.
Guys, this is ridiculous right now.
And then once you tear it in half, hold on. Gosh, I'm there, you know.
Yeah. There's legitimate just.
You just
cards.
make it rain. Just make it rain. You know.
He's
so
really
Kaiser,
ripping a
can
deck.
you rip the index cards? That's the question.
Dude, can I rip the index cards?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say no. I can't.
You're not even gonna try?
No, not even gonna try. You just ripped like he ripped the cards like.
In half.
There's no way I can top that. No, not even going to try. Just get these off of there. But guys, we're so excited you're here. If you think you can rip a deck of cards in half faster than Jason can, let us know in the chat below. But we want to head to probably one of my favorite segments we're going to have going forward on these streams. Is the memes of the week. Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
So guys, the memes of the week. This thing's going around, Jason. I don't know if you heard about it. It's called the coronavirus. And it's having people just freak out. Like, they are just going bananas. And shelves in stores are looking like this. Like, this is the toilet paper aisle in our local Kroger.
And I've gone to like 3 or 4 stores, and this is what every one of them, even Amazon is sold out. If Amazon is sold out, we've got a problem.
It's crazy. But, guys, there's been some great memes from this. And so we're going to walk through just a couple of our favorite ones we've seen so far. And here's one. It's the crane machine with toilet paper inside of it. Man.
I'm really bad at this. My question is, how many dollars would you spend to get a roll of toilet paper? Like, it would probably take me minimum like $10 to get a roll of toilet paper out of this machine.
Anything past $1.50, I'm done. If it's going to cost me more than $1.50, I don't want to play anymore. But the great thing for you, Jason, as a strongman, you can just punch the machine and grab all the toilet paper.
But then I could face like legal charges for that. So it might not be the best idea.
But
toilet paper.
Hey, that's okay. But guys, here's another one of our favorites. It's thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
This is actually my favorite. It's actually a tweet. It says, "This ain't Corona. This them Popeyes chicken sandwich is finally digesting."
Have you tried it?
I have. I enjoyed the Popeyes chicken sandwich, but I have to say Chick-fil-A is better. I will prefer Chick-fil-A. What about you, Jason?
I mean, I haven't had it. I just think you're messing with like the perfect thing. You know, like Chick-fil-A had it.
Yeah.
So I'm not venturing into this world. I got Chick-fil-A. We got a good thing going. You know, spicy chicken deluxe.
All day. All day. Chick-fil-A, you have our hearts. We'll never turn our backs on you. We love you. And guys, here's another one that we really enjoy is if you run out of toilet paper like that aisle saying, just go to the tortilla aisle and use tortillas. So.
I don't even know if I can go there.
You don't even know if you can go there?
I think we're going a step too far with that one.
Is it because you're keto or is it because it's tortillas?
Both. This just makes me uncomfortable. If I went into the bathroom and saw this, I would feel very uncomfortable.
Oh man, we don't want to do that. But hey guys, if you have some great memes this week that you find, send them to us at Instagram at JourneyRVA at InsideOutRVA. We'll pick the best ones you guys send in, and we'll be on this show next week.
Sounds good.
Well, Jason, a little bit about you. You said that you had kids. We were talking earlier, and Jason told me he had some really cool kids. You tell us a little bit about your family?
Yeah, I've got a 3-year-old son named Haddon, and then I have a 5-year-old son named Benaiah. And so they are crazy. We are in quarantine. They're running around like madmen who live on an island secluded to themselves. It's been a little nuts.
Yeah, I have a 2-year-old at home, and it's just like, there's no rules. There's no rules there. And Jason, but this leads us into the thing. When you guys are quarantined at your home, I'm sure there's a lot of artwork happening. I'm sure there's a lot of maybe like sidewalk chalk going on.
Keep them busy, keep them going, keep them doing something educational, you know.
Yeah, so this leads us to our next game. It's actually called 3-Year-Old Pictionary. And guys, here's the way to play. We're going to show some artwork done by a 3-year-old, sidewalk chalk artwork. And Jason's going to have to guess what it is. We'll give him 3 options. You guys vote in the chat. Let us know which one you think it is. See if you can beat Jason. And just to be fair.
And I've not seen these, and I'm super competitive, so like I want to get these right. So hopefully you don't beat me. I'm going to really, really try to interpret these, okay?
Yes.
Here
guys, good luck to you. Good luck, Jason. Let's go ahead and fire the first one off. It's some, I don't even know what that is. It could either be a vampire, an angry cow, or Kelitha's Sunstrider, Master of the Burning Legion.
What is that?
I don't know.
Does it make me old that I don't know what that is?
I'm going to say it's made up. I'm going to say that's maybe a 3-year-old just decided to say, this is who this is.
Are you saying that to try and throw me off and make me think that that's their answer?
I don't know, but hey, time's up in the chat. Jason, what's your answer?
I think I am going to go with an angry cow because it's got a tail. That could be a cape for a vampire cape, but I think it's a tail. Well, that might be it. I'm going to go vampire. I'm going to go vampire because that looks like a cape. I'm going to go vampire on this one.
Vampire, final
That's
answer.
That's my final answer.
All right, let's see if you got it right. It is a vampire, obviously. Obviously.
Is that how you spell obviously?
Yes, exactly. I did that myself. All right, let's go to question number 2.
All right.
Question number 2, is this a crow looking for trash to eat, a T-Rex with an abnormal stick-like growths in his snout, or a yawning deer, not yawning deer?
I have no clue. I wish I could see what you guys are typing because I have no earthly idea on this one. I'm gonna go with the deer because this looks like a mouth and horns, but I don't think that's right. But I don't know. That's my C is my final answer.
Final answer. Yeah. Let's see if he's right. Let's see if you're right. It's a crow looking for trash to eat. Come on. There's the feet. There's the eyes.
But why is he upside down?
Maybe you're looking at it wrong.
All right,
let's go move to the next one, guys. Here we go. Number 3. What is this? It's a zombie rabbit, a happy bat, or this is you, Daddy.
I mean, if you look, he's got a monocle. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's got a little bit of a smile here. I'm going with bat.
With bat.
I think
this is a happy bat. Let's see if Jason's right. Let's see if you're right.
Yes. See?
Yeah.
See? They saw what I saw.
He had a smile. They
saw what I saw.
Jason, you got 2 right. You got 1 wrong. This is our final question. Final one. So let's see if you actually win the game or you just tie and lose. So we have a 3-horned goat, the lizard king of the north, and a dancing gecko. A, B, or C? Jason, you have 5 seconds.
I've already got my answer.
You've already got it.
I think it's the Lizard King, because if that's not a crown, I don't know what it is.
All right, let's see if he's right. Let's see. Answer is a
No!
dancing gecko.
No!
He's in mid-jig. He's dancing right now.
Yeah, but what is this? What's on the gecko's head?
That's
all I'm saying. Come on now.
It's a gecko. It's a gecko. Jason, thank you so much for playing.
I tried. 50%.
You got 50-50. Get you some hand sand. Make sure you're safe. But hey, guys, we loved hanging out with you. We loved spending this time and just laughing together, enjoying our time together. But hey, right now we want to take a time just to lean in and hear what God is wanting to say to us in this moment. We're actually starting a brand new conversation this week called Real Talk. And this is where we can be real with ourselves about the issues that are going on in our lives. You know, we were joking around the coronavirus. We had a little fun, had some memes about it. But guys, there's people who are experiencing some real fear, some real anxiety, some real isolation from this. And we want to talk about the real issues in your life today with our talk, Real Talk. Well, guys, we're going to send it over to our friend Joe Lowry. You guys know him. You love him. Jason, you met him.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. But, hey, Joe's going to teach us today. Take a few minutes before we hop into small groups.
Hey there, if we have never met before, or if after a week at home you have forgotten literally everything that happened before March 13th, my name is Joe, and I'm glad you're here today. I don't think there's any other way that we can start out today except with a quote from the movie The Avengers. Not the newest one, not Endgame, but like the original Avengers movie. And towards the end of the movie, the bad guys are attacking from the sky, the good guys are kind of losing, things seem hopeless. And all of a sudden, Bruce Banner rides up. And Bruce Banner is the Hulk's alter ego. And he rides up on this little, like, half motorcycle thing. Not real fast, not really with a sense of urgency. And he rolls on up to the heroes, and he gets off his bike, and he looks around at things, and he says, well, this all seems horrible. And I love that quote, because I think it's what we're all experiencing right now. I think we're all experiencing that, well, this all seems horrible moment. And it's not particularly his words there that are great. It's the way that he says it. He doesn't say it with fear. He doesn't say it with anger. He just says it, matter of fact, this is horrible. Because nothing like this has ever happened before. We are in uncharted territory. And so for the first time in probably your life, you, your friends, your parents, your teachers, pretty much everyone you know, the whole world is all experiencing something for the first time at the same time. But because of that, we can start to experience some feelings that maybe we've never felt before. And those feelings start to swirl around inside us. We don't know what to do with them. And as a result, those feelings can really easily turn into this big sense of fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of not knowing what's going to happen next. And there's no sense in trying to predict what's going to happen next, because all that does is that increases the level of fear that we're feeling. And maybe for you, you're feeling that fear. You know, maybe for you, it's a different feeling. Maybe you're angry. Maybe you're angry at something that you missed out on because it feels like the whole world is shut down. It could be a senior prom. It could be an 8th grade dance. It could be a sporting event, March Madness. Maybe what you're feeling is anger. Maybe you're feeling anxiety because we don't know what's going to happen next. Maybe you're feeling hungry because your favorite restaurant has closed down and you can't get your favorite food anymore. I can tell you personally that I've experienced all of those feelings. I've experienced fear, I've experienced anger, and I've even experienced hunger as I watched Sugar Shack shut down and no more donuts in the mornings. But the longer this goes on, I start to experience something different. I start to experience a different feeling that's actually been really positive. And that feeling is hope. And the reason I'm experiencing hope is not because I'm not taking the virus seriously. Just like you, I am isolating myself 99.9% of the time so that I can make sure that I don't catch the virus and spread it to anyone else. And I'm not experiencing hope because I don't think that nothing bad could ever happen to me. Quite the opposite. Being a Jesus follower doesn't mean that we're protected from bad things happening. No, I'm experiencing hope because the longer this goes on, the more that I realize that God's in control. And not only is God in control, but he's going to use this. Just like he's used events in the past for the good. for my good and for your good. And to show you that, I want to take you back to a time way, way back, all the way back in the first century, the year 65 AD. See, at that time, it was about 30 years after Jesus had come back to life, been resurrected, and gone back to heaven. And the apostles and Peter and Paul had all gone out and they had started spreading the message of Jesus. And the church was growing. The church was thriving. It didn't mean everything good was happening all the time, but certainly lots of people were finding out about Jesus, who he was, and how to follow him. And at that point, the emperor of Rome at the time, Caesar, Nero, decided that the Christians were actually a threat to his kingdom. And so he actually started to round up those Christians. And he started to have them killed. And he didn't just start to have them killed. He had them killed in ways that are too graphic and too horrible for me to even begin talking about here. And so not only was it unsafe to be a Jesus follower at that time, I mean, it was downright dangerous. Because you never knew when someone was going to bust down your door, and you never knew when Roman soldiers were going to come through and actually just drag you out, and people were never going to see you again. Now, if that had been me in that time, I think I would have been very tempted to give in to fear, the way that I'm tempted to give in to fear now. I would have been tempted to stop telling people about who Jesus was. I would have been tempted to stop loving people the way that Jesus loved people. I would have been tempted to stop meeting in community and encouraging each other the way that Jesus had commanded. But the funny part is that the first century Christians actually went the opposite direction. They doubled down. They started telling people more about Jesus. They started loving people more. They started encouraging each other and meeting together more because they knew something that we're discovering here. They knew that their hope was based all on the fact that Jesus had come back to life. You see, for them, Jesus wasn't just a story in a book. Jesus and his resurrection were something that had actually happened. And they probably knew someone who knew someone who was actually there at one of Jesus' meals after he came back to life. Or someone who was actually there when Jesus spoke to a crowd after he was resurrected. And so this wasn't a story for them that they read in a book. This was something real that they placed their hope on. And they used that hope to find strength when all they should have really felt was fear. And they discovered one thing that I think that we can discover today. That hope conquers fear. Hope conquers fear every single time. As a matter of fact, that's our bottom line today. 3 simple words, a truth that I want you guys to hold on to throughout the week. Hope conquers fear. Say it to yourself, say it out loud, write it on your hand if you have to, but keep that in your mind and keep that in your heart all week long because that's the truth. We know that hope conquers fear. And we can live that out the way that the first century Christians did a couple of different ways this week. And the first thing that we can do is that we can stay connected with God. We can stay connected with God. Maybe for you that means writing out your feelings. And that's something that I do every single day when I journal. I write out what I'm feeling. For you, maybe that means actually talking to God in a conversation, the way that you talk to a friend. And just telling him how you're feeling. Telling him that you're angry. Telling him that you're scared. Telling him that you're hungry. And just being honest with him. That's what God wants. He wants that honesty. He wants that connection with you. So the second thing that we can do this week is stay connected with our communities. You see, when things got bad for the first century Christians, they didn't stop meeting. They kept meeting. They kept encouraging each other because they knew that they were going to need it more. And we do too. Now, we have one thing that the first century Christians didn't, though. We have the internet. And so we can actually keep meeting together as a group and isolate ourselves so that we don't keep spreading the virus. So it's the best of both worlds. But for you, maybe that means writing an email to someone that you haven't written an email to in a while. You know, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, a friend, maybe even one of your parents, and letting them know how you are and asking them how they are. You know, maybe that means sending out a group blast to your classmates and letting them know, hey, here's what's up. I miss you guys. Can't wait to see you again. Or maybe it even means FaceTiming with your best friend and just getting some of that face-to-face interaction and that encouragement that can only come when we communicate with one another face-to-face. Whatever it is, I want you guys to continue meeting together. And we're actually going to give you the opportunity here. Because as a church, we want to enable you to keep meeting together and to keep encouraging each other. Now, none of us have all the answers. I don't, the church leaders don't, your small group leaders don't. have all the answers. But what we do have is the opportunity to keep encouraging each other and keep each other strong when everything else inside us tells us that we should be afraid. Because here's the thing. I know one thing. I know that hope conquers fear. And we can choose that hope. And one of the things that you guys are going to be talking about here in your small groups virtually in a second is the fact that we want you to think about, what does it look like to choose hope over fear? What does it look like to choose hope over fear? And as you're meeting together, be honest with each other. Don't be afraid to hold back. Everybody in that room is feeling the exact same feelings that you are. And maybe you sharing those feelings is exactly what they need so that they can share those feelings as well. So be honest with each other. Be open with each other. Be ready to answer, what does it look like to choose hope over fear? We really hope that you guys will plug in with your small groups. And in the meantime, let's take a moment. Let's say a prayer to God and remind ourselves that He is always in charge. Bow your heads with me. Father, we don't understand what's happening in the world these days, and I don't pretend to know what's going to happen next. But in the midst of all the fear, in the midst of all the uncertainty, God, it's great to know that you are still in charge, that you still love us, and that we can choose hope over being afraid. Father, remind us every day of how in control you are. And let us see your love all around us, and let us share that love with other people. We ask all this in your Son's name. Amen. We'll see you guys again later.